kitchen in Chicago, and I'm with my bestie, Ashley.
Yay! Hey!
I love Ashley hugs. And so I thought we wanted to invite you guys to our little girl luncheon here because there are some, when you go out, right, like it's tough to make positive choices, to make healthy choices.
True.
And so Ashley's here to save the day, as she always is, and she's going to tell us kind of what things you can pick. And True Food Kitchen is a great example because they have so many unique items on the menu that you wouldn't normally, I guess, incorporate into your lunchtime routine.
True.
Right?
I mean, the one thing I like to say is they're incredibly flavor forward, but they also cater to every sort of dietary restriction and or, you know, what I call normal people. For me, I'm gluten-free and I'm allergic to nuts. It's very easy for me to eat here. There are tons of choices. But if you had a friend who was vegan or vegetarian, they could come to the table too. And I love their choices because they're very conscious foods, but they put ingredients in each entree and starter and everything that is a superfood and has so many nutrients. So nutrient dense, organic, special food. So for today, because we went on the menu, as I drink my Kale Aid, which is very tasty.
I'm sure, and I told Ashley, I said, let's take our lunchtime live on the road because, you're not always going to be standing around in your kitchen eating lunch.
No.
Chances are you're going to get invited out by coworkers, and you're going to be in a place like this. And what I'm glad why she chose this restaurant is because there are so many like unique ingredients on the menu that you might be able to ask for if you're out and about, right?
Yeah. The example too is you have a seasonal salad here, which has a lot of vegetables in it, but it's a horseradish vinaigrette dressing. How often do you have horseradish in your salad dressing? So that adds a totally different flavor profile versus like a balsamic.
And I'll bet if you're out at a restaurant, you could probably order horseradish and maybe mix it in. Does it have that? Is it capsaicin?
It's a little bite, yeah. No, it doesn't have that spice,
okay.
but it definitely will if you have a cold.
Right.
It'll clear out your nostrils.
This also has roasted mulberries on it.
I know.
Which I had to try because I'm like, I've never heard of that.
And they're hard to find, but they are
Yeah.
also incredibly nutrient dense. You have a lot of antioxidants in mulberries, and they have a lot of really good grains. So a lot of times when you eat out, everybody's so focused on things like quinoa, but they have things like farro, and I order the curry dish because curry has so much flavor. And I put the grain in there because that's what it serves with. You can add any protein you want. This is vegetarian, but you can add shrimp, you can add chicken, you can add steak. And then you've got a grain-filled curry dish. The other day I had this, it kept me full for like an entire day.
Well, and you can at home you can make that because you have the healthy grain, right?
Yeah.
You can add in vegetables, and that's like something you can get TV dinner style, or you can make in big batches at home and take it into work.
Exactly. I think the main point is that I'm a nutritionist, and most people think because you always see me in my kitchen that I'm always cooking from scratch. But my clients and I love to eat out. I love to try new places. And Chicago, luckily, you are an amazing city, and all of you guys are amazing. We are now welcoming a lot of restaurants that are pretty much all healthy and tasty. So you've got those like fast, fresh restaurant choices, but not everywhere you go is going to be easy. So I do menu analysis with a lot of my clients. Let's say you're just going to a sushi restaurant in general.
Okay.
I have a list of do's and don'ts to do at a sushi restaurant. So people will call me and say, like a client will text me or email me and say, I'm going here for dinner, what do I do? There are just smarter choices you can make at certain restaurants, and I think people forget that. Well, I'm having, a pita with kale guacamole, honestly like the best guacamole I've ever had in my life. It's got citrus and sunflower seeds in it, and it's made with kale, but if you're not a kale lover, you can hardly tell it's even in there.
I know, I'm eating it for the first time. It's like guacamole.
Never gonna finish this bite. But I think, I have my gluten-free pitas.
I don't have any dietary restrictions, so I can eat anything.
It works for all of us, but
Yeah.
there is no not doing bread necessarily or going low carb. If you share a starter with other people, make healthier choices. If you're going to do entrees, what I always tell people is restaurant entrees are always quite large. So either take 50% of it home as a leftover or share it with a friend. If you're at dinner with somebody else or lunch with somebody else, like we're at lunch right now, and my whole team is with us here that you can't see because they're all behind the scenes. We are all sharing this when we're done. So you get to try different things, but you're also not eating as much as you normally would if you were just to devouring a huge entree. So that's another huge tip.
Okay, so we're splitting.
Yes.
And then is there, I mean, vegetables, luckily, I feel like have become really popular. Not as maybe as a main dish. I mean, cauliflower is really big, right? I know you guys have probably seen that on menus when you've gone out. It's more than just the salad these days.
It is.
Vegetables are playing a bigger role, which is good.
It is good, but my issue, and something that I try to express to my clients is vegetables are generally almost always a la carte.
Yeah.
When you go to a restaurant, especially at dinner time, but now a lot of times at lunch, it seems to be structured around protein, and then you have to order a starch or a vegetable on the side. And I always have to remind people that cauliflower is a big thing, but if I see cauliflower, unlike here, which has a tahini drizzle and is amazing with dates in it, so there's a little bit of sweetness too, it's cauliflower au gratin.
Oh, I see.
So it kind of erases
like
the point of having cauliflower.
Yeah.
So I always say, well, if they have cauliflower in the kitchen, just ask them to make it roasted without the au gratin.
Yeah.
As much of it. So you have to speak up. That's one of the things that's, when you're at a place like this, you don't necessarily have to speak up. But if you're someplace else where you feel like the menu all looks unhealthy and you all are so smart, you're intuitive, you know what's good for you and what's not, you just say, I want this grilled or steamed instead of, cream spinach. Can you just saute it, please, in some olive oil? And mind your oil. Ask for the dressing on the side so you cut down the fat and dip each bite individually. It's kind of like with the guacamole. I took a spoonful so I wouldn't go back for more.
I see. Okay.
Same thing happens with sauces, like salad dressings. If you just get it on the side and you dip each individual bite, you'll realize how much you have left.
Yeah.
Versus just dumping it all.
Right. What my problem is whenever I go out, I don't go out very often, but I know that there are a lot of people that do go out often, so I'm assuming that this probably happens to them a lot, is I think, well, I'm treating myself. And so when you have that choice of the side dishes, it's like French fries. It's always French fries. It's always French fries. And I am always choosing them because I'm like, they're so good. And I think, well, maybe I'll get the broccoli, but no, I'm going to do the French fries because I don't normally go out.
Yep.
But that adds up after a while.
It does.
That can almost ruin like your entire week of hard work.
It can.
So it's very hard to make positive choices.
It's hard to make positive choices. I always say, like, for one, add the other. If you know you're going to get French fries, get the broccoli too. And for each French fry you take, have a bite of broccoli.
Okay.
It's the 1-to-1 ratio.
You're like a mean mom.
Give yourself. I totally have to do that. I sell like that. But the funny thing is too is like I'll say to some clients, if they can't handle a vegetable, like here it's so creative. I mean, they've got a curry sauce on the side. They've got the horseradish vinaigrette on the seasonal salad. They've got the tahini on the thing. If you see a sauce on the menu that you like, and my go-to with a lot of people is marinara, because it's generally vegetable based. It's usually made from scratch at a restaurant. If you don't like broccoli, get marinara on the side and dip your broccoli in
That's
marinara.
a great idea.
It's not difficult. Or ask for olive oil on the side and Dijon mustard. Mix them together, make your own vinaigrette, and then dip your asparagus, hopefully steamed, in that.
Right.
So you're not getting a creamy sauce or adding cheese to everything that's vegetable, but you still have something to dip it in to add flavor.
And
Speak up.
Well, and what I do, sometimes I'll be craving pasta, but it's only because of the marinara.
Yep.
And so that's a way to get that taste,
Yep.
but not with pasta.
So good. And drinking at dinner, at lunch, and even breakfast, sometimes can add in the calories. So for me, like I have the Kale-Aid, which is all greens, and I think it's very yummy. You still have to remember that it's adding calories to your meal.
Okay.
So if you're out to dinner and you're ordering wine with your food, don't discount that in your calories. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. So what I say to a lot of clients is if you're having wine, you don't get dessert. If you're not having wine or alcohol, then go ahead and share a dessert with somebody else. It's just picking and choosing your luxuries. It's kind of like finding the perfect apartment or house. You sometimes have to forego some of the things you might want to go over the things that are really important. So when I really want French fries, I'll forego having a dessert or I'll forego having a glass of wine.
Yeah.
It's choices.
Right.
You have choices. And maybe you can have one all-out meal every now and then, but really focusing on the fact that you're already getting more food than you would probably get at home because of portions, and just be mindful.
Is there anything else we missed?
when you eat,
Okay.
and this is not necessarily, the burger. So you have a choice of ordering a turkey burger here, but I ordered a real burger so that people can know that it's still okay to get a burger. What I do is I take the bun off the top and I eat it open faced like that, and I don't usually get it with cheese. So you're just kind of stepping back and doing it in a little bit healthier way, but you're still doing it. But the other thing is like I said, if you're sharing, put a little bit on your plate. It's kind of like the buffet mentality. Don't get up and go back again. Put on your plate what you're going to eat and don't add to it. And then the second part is put your fork down between every bite.
Every bite?
Every bite. Don't keep going like this, which I really want to do with this cauliflower, by the way, I'm not going to lie. If you don't put it down, one, you're not taking your time chewing for long enough. And two, like we're doing right now, talk a lot. If you're eating out with other people, talk. Slow yourself down. Our brain, the signal that tells us we're full, is so delayed that we usually walk away from a restaurant feeling sickly full because we didn't have that time to accept that message. So give yourself the time to accept that message and slow it down. And it's not ladylike to shovel it in like I want to right now either. It is not. It does not look good on me. It doesn't look good on anybody. And nobody wants you to talk with your mouth full. So chew, like my grandma taught me. I chew 20 bites. I take 20 chews for almost everything I eat, unless it like rolls down my throat like guacamole.
Right.
And then I make sure that I put my fork down and I make a comment or I ask a question and I engage in conversation.
Okay. Seems like... okay.
Oh, what?
So I'm just like the most hungry I've ever seen her. Okay. I think those are all good tips. So if you guys have any questions for Ashley or for me, then make sure you submit them there, and make sure you subscribe to the live videos as well. If you see the subscribe button, that means you haven't subscribed yet, so that way whenever Ashley and I are live, you can have lunch with us, and we can kind of talk you through some of the choices you have so you can keep up that New Year's resolution or just feel really good about yourself, because that's what our goal is.
Very true. Very true. Now go away so I can eat my burger.
All right, have a good day, everybody.
Bye.